Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, please take time to subscribe down below and hit that little bell button so you don't miss any of the content that I'm putting out. Today you're tuning into day 2 of my 12-day series for beauty over the course of December. So if you missed day 1, please go back and watch that. And today we're going to be talking about 5 of my favorite cleansers. Jump into the cleansers, I want to explain what my skin type is. This is really important because this is how I'm going to be assessing whether I really like cleansers or not. So my skin is very dry, it is eczema prone, it is very sensitive. So these are 3 things that are very important when looking at cleansers. I don't want a cleanser that strips my skin, which leaves it without moisture, or leaves my skin very tight. So that's really the main thing that I'm looking at for a cleanser. Of course, cleansers are supposed to clean your skin from any dirt, that builds up over the course of the day, but it can't strip my skin. So we are going to jump into these 5 cleansers. A lot of them actually are Black owned, which I'll indicate when I'm talking about them, but I'm going to break down why I like the cleanser, what the brand is that actually produces it, the ingredients that I like within the cleanser, and when I would actually use them depending on my skin concern for the day. All right, let's get into it. So the first cleanser that we're going to talk about today is Beauty of the Horns Quasil Facial Cleanser. It's absolutely gorgeous. Both is short for Beauty of the Horn, is Black woman owned. But the important thing about this cleanser, and the thing that I like so much, is it has quasil in it. And for people that don't know what quasil is, it is basically a beauty staple in Somali culture. The owner actually went overseas during her Fulbright and came across this ingredient, and basically she decided to start this business to ensure that the quasil was ethically sourced. And she has this cleanser as well as another powder that I use on a regular basis. But basically the benefits of quasil can be just, of course, the ability to actually wash your face. It reduces dark spots, which I am prone to getting dark spots or hyperpigmentation. It also helps your skin fight off sun damage, which is super important. You should be wearing sunscreen every day, but there's still going to be some sun damage depending on how often you go outside, depending on where you live, things of that nature. It also has the ability to actually fight off bacteria and other skin infections. So for people with acne, this can be super helpful, and it's actually geared towards people that are acne prone. So I would actually use this normally when my skin feels really dull, when I want my skin to have like a little bit of a pick-me-up, or I want my skin to be a little bit brighter. Okay, for our next cleanser, and these are also in no particular order, this is just the order that I had them in, but the next cleanser is going to be from Paula's Choice. It's their Softening Cream Cleanser. I'm obsessed with this cleanser, okay? Paula's Choice in general as a brand is very science-based, and as an engineer, I really like to be able to look at, the clinical trials, why they actually are making, the statements about what the product can do, and what the actual results were from the clinical trials, and Paula's Choice actually does that. So when I talked before, my skin is very dry, so this does not strip my skin. It cushions and softens my skin, so after I clean my face, even though I know that the dirt is off my face, it doesn't feel like my skin is really tight. And you also can use this during your morning and night routine, which I think is really awesome. So I would use this regularly. I actually do use this regularly. It's always a cleanser that I can really come back to no matter what my skin concern is. Next up, we have Melé's Gentle Hydrating Cleansing Gel. Now, out of all the cleansers, this is the only gel that I really have. And I really like this for multiple reasons. Melē is a Black owned brand. It's actually Black dermatologist owned, which is super cool. Dermatologists, of course, go to school, they go to med school, and they do residencies, fellowships, so they actually will understand skin, but also they take it a step further, actually for melanin-rich skin, which is very revolutionary because a lot of times in the beauty industry, across hair, skin, all of it, melanated people, Black people, we're kind of left out. So it's really cool that they actively are seeking to make products for melanin-rich people. Something cool about this, again, it's a non-stripping cleanser, which is super positive for me. And it actually contains 2% glycerin, which is a humectant. If you don't know what a humectant is, it basically helps your moisture barrier by taking in water from the air to make sure that your moisture barrier is still intact. So that's super helpful. And also glycerin tends to leave a protective layer for your skin. So again, for dry skinned people, you definitely should check this out. It's super helpful. Now, as for when I actually use this, I can use this whenever I would like to, but normally if I ever have any allergic reactions, I do have allergies to a bunch of different things. So if I ever eat something by accident that I'm not supposed to, or there's some environmental thing that my skin doesn't like, I normally will always use this on my face because it'll actually calm down, you know, that irritation way faster because of the glycerin and because of the cooling sensation of the gel. But I absolutely love this as well. All right, next up we have You to the People's Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Superfood Cleanser. I'm legitimately obsessed with this. It is the travel size. I did recently just buy the actual larger one, but for right now I'm going to be showing this one. But I love this cleanser for multiple different reasons. You to the People knew what they were doing when they put kale, green tea, and spinach into this. Because all three of them have so many skin benefits. So kale is known for having phytonutrients and vitamin C and E, which is super beneficial for your skin. I actually have a Science Behind Skincare series on my Instagram right now, so if you want to hear more about that and the benefits of vitamin C in particular, definitely go to my Instagram and check that out. As for spinach, it boasts a high natural moisture content and it just has a very cooling effect. So when you use this, I can't even explain to you how amazing it feels on your skin, but you just have to try it. And lastly, green tea is an anti-inflammatory, and it's also packed with a lot of really good fatty acids for your skin as well. So they definitely knew what they were doing. As for right now, I really do use this when I'm traveling. Again, I have the travel size, but honestly, whenever I want my skin to feel just good in general, and if you've used this cleanser before, you know exactly what I'm talking about, I definitely would use this. And last but certainly not least, Jacq's Moringa and Papaya Healing Face Cleanser. Jacq's is also a Black-owned brand, so we're gonna end it out with a Black-owned brand. It has multiple different benefits. There's a lot of different ingredients that when I actually initially got this, I had to look up for myself. Moringa is a really rich source of fatty acids, and it really helps with inflammation as well. The papaya aspect in it also has a lot of vitamins in it, vitamin A and E to be in particular. And also in papaya, there's these things called papain enzymes, which actually is a gentle exfoliant too. So I normally will use this when I have minor texture on my face. Again, if I have some sort of allergic reaction, but it's not too bad, I'll use this to gently exfoliate the area. Normally when you have a lot of inflammation or like breakouts, you're not supposed to exfoliate, but depending on how bad the inflammation is, I will definitely use this. And also I'll just use it because it smells really good too. I hope that you enjoyed my 5 favorite cleansers that I shared for day 2 of my 12-day beauty series. I really hope that you enjoyed them. I'm going to actually link all the products below, so if you're interested in any of them that I've talked about, you can actually go to the product. None of them are affiliate links, so just know that prior to clicking on them. But I really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Please again subscribe and hit that bell button so you won't miss the rest of my 12 days of beauty and any other content that I put out on my YouTube channel. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.